everybody, I'm back this week to do what I'm going to call it the last pumpkin recipe of the season, but don't worry, there will be more eventually. But, okay, we are going to make pumpkin fudge today. This has taken me a lot of practice to get a recipe that I liked just right for you guys. So, start with a large microwavable bowl. You're going to put 3 cups of chocolate chips in. I'm using milk chocolate, but if you want to use white chocolate or dark chocolate, I mean, that is completely up to you. It can be made with milk, semi-sweet, dark, white. That's really a personal choice. I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of butter right in on top of our chocolate chips, and we're going to pop this in the microwave right away for 1.5 minutes. After 1.5 minutes, we are going to stir it with our spoon, get our spoon really warm, because we are going to put a 7-ounce container of marshmallow cream in it then, and as you know, this stuff is incredibly sticky, but it actually comes out of the container fairly well when your spoon is warm. So as soon as we get done stirring this, it might not be completely melted, but we're going to stir it in a little bit. We're going to scoop this out right away. And we're also going to put in a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. I'm using the regular this time, but I have tried using the new limited edition caramel flavor they have. That tastes very well too. And I heard there's a chocolate one. Haven't get a chance to try that yet. Okay. Can't believe it's October already, can you? I just can't believe it, but stay tuned for next week because we're going to start our spooky recipes. And spooky is all the hint I'm going to give you for next week. So we get 30 seconds, and then we're going to, like I said, stir this. And we're going to get our marshmallow cream in really quick. And just a quick hint, if you're needing to get marshmallow cream out for a different recipe, run your spoon under hot water. Because if you run your spoon under hot water and heat it up, that'll really help get the marshmallow cream out of the jar. Okay. Pull this out. You can see our butter is completely melted. And chocolate's starting to melt. Chocolate might not completely be melted down yet, but we're going to be putting it in longer. Try to tap some of that out. And we're going to go after our marshmallow cream here. Time really is a kind of at a haste here because your spoon will cool down pretty quick and then it's going to be harder to get the marshmallow cream off of it. Okay. You won't be able to stir it in too much now, so it's still very, very sticky. But we're going to pour our can of sweetened condensed milk and hope makes it really yummy. You can tell I've got marshmallow cream still on the end of my spoon. Okay. Give it a slight stir. You're not going to be able to stir it very well right now because the chocolate's cooling down a little bit and the marshmallow cream is sticky. So we're going to pop it back in for 1 minute. And then we're going to stir it again and do it another minute, and by then we should have it completely combined. And after that, we are going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're going to add a tablespoonful of pumpkin spice extract and a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. That is how our fudge gets its pumpkin flavor. I tried a couple different ways to add actual, just like 1/3 cup or 1/4 cup of pumpkin to the fudge, but would never set up quite right. You would think, well, why doesn't the pumpkin fudge have pumpkin in? Because the moisture from the canned pumpkin really messes with the fudge, and it doesn't matter how long you leave it in the freezer, it still tastes amazing, but you pretty much eat it with a spoon. In this recipe, as soon as we're done with it, we get it in our little, I'm just using a small little pan here. Okay, let's stir our fudge here. Okay. Takes a lot of concentrated stirring here, as we're starting to get the marshmallow cream combined with our chocolate. You want to make sure you get the chocolate scraped off the bottom of the bowl, so when we heat it up again, it's not scorching on the bottom of the bowl, because that is what we don't want. You can still see it's still pretty gloppy, because it's halfway there to being mixed up. Okay. Tap your spoon off there a little bit and pop it back in for another minute. You can probably hear Elsa jingling her way around the kitchen. But like I said, we're going to put it on our pan then when we're done mixing everything together. I like to put some pumpkin sprinkles on top. And then we are going to put it in the freezer. It'll take 3 to 4 hours to set up. You can put it in the fridge, but it just might not set up as fast. And this is still a softer fudge because it has marshmallow cream in and sweetened condensed milk. I store mine in the freezer. It's just a little harder to cut when it comes out, because when I tried to store it in the fridge, it got a little bit of its marshmallow cream substance back, which still tasted great. It's just a little sticky. Okay, 18 seconds left, and we're gonna stir it again. And then we will add all our fun stuff. Okay, pop this out. You can probably see it's actually starting to set up a little bit. You can see it's nice and sticky icky. Not icky, but you know what I mean. Me and my rhyming. Okay. You'll probably see a few lumps and bumps in here. Nothing wrong with that. It's just some marshmallow cream. So you'll get some marshmallow cream bites as you're going through your fudge. That's what that is. Okay, once you have it stirred up, we are, like I said, headed for a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, just to help bring out the flavors. A full teaspoon of the vanilla extract. Now we're going to get to our tablespoonful of the pumpkin spice extract. I didn't even know they made this before I started working on this recipe. No more than a tablespoonful, because it is strong, strong stuff. And now a tablespoon, whew, I can smell that, of the pumpkin pie spice. I measured it out exactly, so I would have just enough in there. I've gone through quite a bit trying to perfect the recipe. And now you're going to stir that in to the fudge. As you can tell, it's already starting to set up a little bit. So that's why we can't really goof around too much. But you want to stir it carefully so you're not sloshing it out of the bowl. Like I'm trying to do. I know it takes probably more stirring in this recipe than anything, because you want to get everything perfectly combined. You want to get that pumpkin flavor throughout your whole bowl. And like I said, you'll probably see little bits marshmallow cream that hasn't completely been combined, but trust me, it tastes phenomenal when you hit a little pocket of marshmallow cream in your fudge. Okay, so carefully lift your bowl, set it to the side. You might need a hot pad or something, or one of those oven gloves, but you have your foil pan. If you don't use a foil pan and you just use a casserole dish, spray it with some cooking spray. I love these little disposable pans because they're so easy to take the fudge places. Okay, so I'm using an 8x8. You rightly probably could use a 9x13 if you wanted a nice pan of thin fudge, but I had a, it'll be a thicker fudge for me. Scoop the bowl as well as you can. Okay, set that to the side. Tap your spoon off as well as you can. Okay. Use my spoon here just a minute. Kind of stir that in. You can see it's, like I said, starting to sit up already, which we like. Okay. Sprinkles. You don't have to add sprinkles. That's completely optional. I just think it looks cool because they're orange little sprinkles and you can tell, oh hey, this is a nice fall pumpkin fudge. I love to coat the whole thing. The one batch I tried to do, I used these cool orange sanding sugar, but I'm almost out of that, so I wanted to save it for a cake I'm baking. I'm actually making a pumpkin fudge bundt cake later this week. So excited to try that one. Okay, so carefully take this over to your freezer. If you don't have a freezer, go ahead and put it in the fridge, but it, like I said, it'll just take it probably a few more hours to set up. That's why I put mine in the freezer, because I have the room. Careful, because your pan, if you use a small foil pan, is going to want to turn, and it's going to be pretty hot. So slide that in there, and then in a few hours, you're going to have a gorgeous pumpkin fudge. Time warp. But, okay, and you just can cut it in awesome little pieces. Take it, share it, enjoy it. This is amazing. I just keep a towel in hand. It's so good. Yum. You guys definitely need to try this. Like I said, I made mine with milk chocolate. Go ahead and make yours with any kind of chocolate chips you want. And if you're wild and crazy, use peanut butter chips. It doesn't really matter as long as you have 3 cups of them. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. As you can see, I wore a Halloween shirt that I usually wear about once a year for a couple years now. I wish I could remember where I got it, but I've had it for so long, and I think it came in a grab bag. I'm not sure, and I feel terrible, but I wanted to introduce you guys real quick before I left to my cute little addition to my ball-jointed doll family. This is little Trinity. She is a little resin soul calf. Don't they come in the coolest carrying cases? My friend Danielle is going to paint her eventually to look more like a Jersey cow. That's why she's in the dark tan color. Thought you guys might like to meet her. Even got a little... Her tail just fell off. I'll get it later. The tail's not magnetic. That's why I only usually put it in for pictures. But she has a cute little tail. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. We're going to start our spooky recipes, so let me know what you think. Share me with your friends, and shoot me some requests and stuff. Thank you.